Every movie. I've never seen a movie where Sam Claflin does not die.
Me Before You, there's this war
Except for the one where he turned into a merman.
That counts, I think. I was expecting it to be a lot cheesier than it actually was. Like, I kind of didn't want to go because it looked super romantic and bleh.
We're not romance people.
It was a little romantic, but it was realistic. It wasn't just super cheesy grossness. And I liked how they did it where they cut in and out of, you know, what was happening currently in flashbacks and everything, so nothing was happening too much all at once, which was really good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. For someone who's not a big romance person, the way that they did this movie was they actually made you care about it, because of the way that they kept going in and out of the past and then what was happening now with the crash and everything like that. It gave you more perspective and it made you care about the characters a little bit more. And I think they did that a little sadistically. That's all I'm gonna say. But
Saw it coming, but it still
for someone who doesn't really care about that stuff, I was a little upset. We had to blast some Charlie Puth afterwards to get the mood up.
Note, was this just me? Or it looked like, I don't know if this was CGI or if they actually had her lose weight, but it looked like as the time on the ship was going, she looked like she was getting skinnier.
Yeah, like as she's
so
actually
that was a
starving.
good little detail.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was CGI or if she actually did that, but kudos.
And I think this is the only role that I've seen her in that she's gotten that much, like, screen time. I mean, I know she's been a main character. Shailene Woodley has been, like, a main character in things. But, like, she was the actual meat of this movie. Her acting was the thing that was driving this movie. She was in every single scene. She was carrying the entire film, and she did a really good job of that. I've never been, like, her #1 fan. I guess, for the things that I've seen her in, not particularly because of her acting. Besides Big Little Lies. She was amazing in Big Little Lies. But
everything I've seen her in, she's kind of annoying, and she was still annoying to me in this, but she did a good enough job that I can excuse that.
She's very, very good, like, legitimately good acting-wise and everything. And, yeah. I think the two of them had really good on-screen chemistry, too, which is something that I wasn't necessarily expecting, because it seemed like an odd mashup of people, like, you know, you just wouldn't expect it. But they both did really well. I mean, it's a true story, so it's crazy to actually see. I mean, whether you've heard of it or not, it's definitely something that'll make you think for a little bit afterwards about, oh, wow, you know, life. So you can see we're now advertising Dasani. Oh.
Sponsor us.
Anyway, what would you rate it?
Out of 10 stars, I'd probably give it a 7.
7? Just giving Adrift a 7. I personally think I'm going to be generous. I'm going to give it an 8 because I thought that it was really, really well done. And
I will say, if Shailene Woodley doesn't win any awards for that, I will be surprised, because it must have been like showing up to work every day and they were like, you're going to cry and scream about this today for an hour.
Yeah.
So I would say she definitely deserves at least one award.
Her performance was very emotionally trying, and it was also very physically, I think, tough on her too. It definitely would have been. She ended up doing a lot, so she really covered a full spectrum there as far as acting goes.
I recently quit swimming after doing it for a couple years, and she's just like casually like having to swim through the ocean and stuff in this, and it's not exactly legal, but she definitely knows what she's doing, so she probably had to do some training for that. She had to learn a lot about sailing.
They like spear fishing and, you know, yeah, it's crazy. So yeah, I would definitely recommend checking it out. Not a movie I thought that I would leave afterwards being super impressed with, but yeah, I definitely go see it, whether you like romance movies or not. And just let us know in the comments what you thought about it. And of course, if you want to see more of me, you should definitely like and subscribe. So yeah.